Day 5 at TIFF, and look, I got to say, it's been a hell of a day. I woke up pretty exhausted, but feeling rather energized right now. It was an early start at 10 a.m. I spoke with Kate Laurie van der Ven. She's one of the TIFF programmers, and she plays a big part in the City to City program, which takes a major international city and showcases films and filmmakers from that area. And this year's city was Buenos Aires. So I also took the time to speak with one of the filmmakers who had their film there. So I spoke to Santiago Mitra, who was at the festival with a film called The Student. And it's about student politics, and I saw it last night. It's well worth a look. And I'll be sharing both of those interviews with you on my new radio show on ABC Digital and on my website when I get a chance. So after a quick breakfast, free breakfast in the Media Lounge, thanks to Tiff for that, it was off to the beautiful Winter Garden for my first film of the day, Albert Nobbs. And it stars Glenn Close as a woman dressed as a man in the 19th century from Ireland, who did so for more money because men were paid more, and also to conceal her sexual orientation. It's directed by Rodrigo Garcia, who made the TV series In Treatment, which I'm a big fan of. And this is an amazing character study. I love films that are character studies. And Glenn Close, she portrays Nobbs as a person who's completely lost her identity and her social skills from having suppressed who she really is and her urges for so long. And I was really moved by it and the ending. So Albert Nobbs, I'm giving an A. Then I had to race off to the Intercontinental Hotel for some roundtable interviews. First time I've done one of these. It's for The Eye of the Storm, the Australian film. And of course the way these work is they get a group of critics and writers together to do a group interview. So it saves on the time and demands of the actors and filmmakers who have just got so much on while they're here in Toronto. I'll share again these with you in more detail soon, but the first round table was with the director, Fred Schepisi, and his daughter Alexandra. I'm a fan of Schepisi. I haven't seen a lot of his earlier work. I'm more familiar with 6 Degrees of Separation and Last Orders, which made my top 10 list back in 2002. He was really relaxed, and you can tell he's been in the business for a long time, and he had some really interesting stuff to say. Same group, we then met with Jeffrey Rush and Charlotte Rampling for 20 minutes. I've got the audio. I wasn't able to get any video footage, sadly. They looked a bit tired after a big day of PR, but they were still nice to talk to. Rampling came in with some funny stuff, and we're talking to Jeffrey Rush about some of the other films at the festival, like The Artist and Coriolanus. After that, I had to jump on a taxi to get up to the Ryerson Theatre for the world premiere of 50/50. And this was a film that was very high on my must-see list when the program was released. I nabbed a spot on the red carpet and spoke with the director, Jonathan Levine, the writer, Will Reiser, and the star, Seth Rogen. Seeing the final product, do you get emotional at all about it?
We'll see tonight.
Oh, it's the first time you're seeing it?
No. I've seen it many times, but I've never seen it. You know, this is the premiere. You know, I decided that I was gonna wait. I haven't seen it in 4 months, but there was a period where I was seeing it almost weekly. So, but now, you know, we'll see.
The cast is sensational. So, how did you pull that off? Did you pulling all the strings, or how did you get them in?
You know, no, it was not me pulling all the strings. I think having Seth and Evan produce it and having such a wonderful script generated a lot of interest from a lot of people, and that's how we were able to kind of put together this amazing cast.
My first time in Toronto. These crowds here are just crazy. Like, how are you finding the festival?
I love it. I mean, I love Toronto. It's a beautiful city, and I shot Take Us Waltz here, and my sister went to the university here, so I've always liked this city, and it's fun to be here. I've never been to TIFF, so it's really cool.
We were treated to an amazing movie. It was the first standing ovation that I've seen at TIFF. There was a pan of the film on the front cover of Variety today, and I can't understand why. This is an excellent film. It's about a 27-year-old guy, played by the wonderful Joseph Gordon-Levitt, can do no wrong in my eyes, who's battling cancer. And okay, I mean, it's a comedy and a drama. I mean, maybe even more of a comedy, I think, in places, and some people might find that a little bit strange. But look, this film really left me appreciating my life and the importance of having great friends. So I can't ask for much more, and I think the audience responded to it really well. So I think it'll do nicely at the box office. So I gave that an A as well.
It's really rare to find a script where it feels like you're reading about real people. Usually you read a script and it feels like sort of plot devices or stereotypes, or, and I read this and instantly felt like I was reading about an actual human being and a whole circle of actual human beings.
And I had to quickly run outside after that, jump on the red carpet again for the final film, 10 Year. I spoke also with a few members of the cast. There were plenty of them in attendance. I thought I'd throw the question at them if there was any advice they could give to people that are attending their high school, 10-year high school reunion, and they had some different things to say on that.
From Australia, what part? Brisbane.
Brisbane, Broncos, go Broncos.
Excellent, how do you know that?
I know, Matt, I did a pilot with Matt Passmore, who's from Brisbane actually originally. He did McLeod's Daughters for like years, and it's fantastic. I love that.
Don't wear too short of a skirt.
Really, basically you've made that mistake, so you know someone that has.
In the movie, you'll see.
Don't pretend to be somebody you aren't. Just be yourself.
Keep the conversation short and sweet. Keep moving on.
One piece of advice: don't get too drunk, or get really drunk. I guess whatever you're, depending on what your issue is.
You'll be enjoying a few drinks, I guess, tonight.
No, I wish. I have to work at like 9 in the morning, so I got to fly back to LA.
The story revolves around a high school reunion, and I'm sorry to report I didn't like it. It felt like I was sober at a party where I didn't know a single person. So, in other words, everyone around me looks like they're having fun, but I'm just not in on it and can't understand what's going on. So, a little bit of a disappointing way to end the day at TIFF, but 10 Year I'm giving a C. So that is it from day 5. My good friend Sam heads back to London tomorrow afternoon, so I'll be on my own for the last few days of the festival. I've seen 19 films so far, hoping to catch another 12 or so before I finish up on Thursday night, so may the good times continue. So, good night from Toronto.